Right, good morning. Nice to see you all here today. And this is a culmination of a project that's been run in conjunction with the Sydney Walter Centre here and Chesswood School. And the whole point of this project has been to research the history, the personal history of the young men whose names appear on the two war memorials here. One war memorial is to the boys of Sussex Road School, and this was Sussex Road School before it became the Sydney Walter Centre. And the other is to St George's School, and that was situated at the back of where Waitrose now is. And when that was closed, the war memorial was brought here. That's why there's two war memorials here. And I've been so impressed with all the work and the research that the Year 7 pupils at Chesswood School have done, led by Mr Clark over there. We went down to Worthing Museum, and I guess there's quite a few of you here who came to the museum. Yeah, I recognise faces. And there was a lot of research to go through, a lot of work to be done. Now, if I'd taken a group of adult learners there, it would have taken them about a week, probably, to do that work, but the Year 7s did it in 2 hours. So that is the sheer skill and dexterity of young brains, and a lot of really good work. And also Phil Wood over here has done work with the teachers on ancestry, and the teachers have then passed on that skill to the pupils who've used Ancestry.com to find out more about these young men. And of course they are young men, and this is what is always affecting, particularly to those of us who are older, when you realise that these people who died for their country were scarcely more than children themselves. I was interviewed on Radio Sussex yesterday afternoon, where they actually played some of the clips of the poems, again, that the pupils at Chesswood wrote about the war. And later on, some of these poems will be read, so I hope those of you who are adults who come along will wait and listen to the poems. And the interviewer was asking me what I thought about the poems, what I thought about the research. And the thing that occurred to me was that when I was 11 or 12, I knew old people who'd fought in the First World War. So in a sense, to me, the First World War had a reality because I knew people who'd been caught up in it. But to all of you who are 11 or 12, you will never have known people who fought in the First World War. And that's why I'm all the more impressed by the work you've done and the empathy you've shown for people who lived and died 100 years ago. And it does seem actually quite incredible that it is that long ago. So we're going to give some awards out now for these wonderful presentations and all the hard work. And it really has been extremely hard and difficult to choose the winners. Phil over here had the hardest task because he went through all of them, all 60 of them, and whittled it down. And then I had a small number to go through, and it was really, really hard. So, you know, all the people who are shortlisted did brilliant presentations. So if you don't get a prize, don't think, oh, well, my presentation wasn't any good. They were all excellent, but we just had to make a decision. And it was often just a very, very small thing that made us choose. So what I'm going to do is read out the names of those who were shortlisted, but haven't got prizes. But I'm going to say again, just because you haven't got prizes, don't think you didn't do well. The fact you're on the shortlisted means you did extremely well. So the shortlisted pupils who haven't got prizes are Tally Sweet and Tegan Grimster, who did research on Ernest Edward Marshall, Oliver Grand and Adam DeVivo, who did research on George Henshaw Azzopardi, Gimthi Bandakranaka and Karanjit Kana, who did work on the Brace family, Kira Brooker, Amy Savage and Emma Jarvis, who did work on Edward Parsons, and Kaylee Mayton and Leah Skinner, who did work on George Albert Brett. Very well done. I think they deserve a round of applause. Now, the first prize goes for the best presentation. So later on we've got an award for the best content, the best research, but this is for the display here, because they all look so wonderful, and we thought we ought to give a presentation for the one that really looks the nicest. So the award for best presentation goes to Lily Ballard and Nanji Amino for their work on Cecil Victor Braden. Are they here? Which is Lily? You're Lily. Well done, Lily. Natasha, well done to you. And we have things for you. We have a couple of books. There's a book here actually about Chesswood School, and a book about Worthing in the Second World War. So you can read up about that. But you might also like a few chocolates as well. So thank you very much. Right, now we come to, these are the 3 content runners-up. So these are all people who did excellent research of the highest possible quality, and
they're say about these, Chris, because we sat down shooting up, we sort of going, right, we're going to have 1 runner-up, and then, no, we're going to have 2 runners-up.
Yes.
No, we're going to have to be 3 runners-up, because it was really hard, wasn't it?
It was really hard, and it was, I thought, oh, no. And I was saying to Mr. Clark, or perhaps you could just choose. He goes, oh no, I can't. I'm going to step aside from this. So it's my decision. The first runners-up are Anna Manville and Eve Lucas for their research on the Swain family. And, Eve, well done to you. Thank you very much. Very good. And there are your books, and there are your chocolates. Thank you. Right, and next up is Dylan Goff and Samir Mia for their work on the Jervis family. There you are, and there are your books, and there are your chocolates. And the final runners-up are Nima Bowden and Ashley Church for their work on Archibald Leal. Books, and very important, there are your chocolates. I just want to say a little word actually about what their research, because this man, Archibald Leal, he was actually in Canada when the war broke out, so there was no need for him to sign up, but he did, and then he was wounded, and then he went back and fought, and he was wounded again and died. So, you know, that is a true sort of hero, isn't it? And well done on that research. Okay, very good. Very good. And so the winners for the best presentation go to those who did research on Archibald Botting. And he was one of the soldiers, one of many Sussex soldiers, who died at the Battle of the Boar's Head, which took place the day before the Battle of the Somme. And it was a terrible and bloody event with many, many thousands of casualties. And Rosie Frank and Kiranjat Badan did this work, and what I particularly liked was that they got a quote from the commanding officer who said, I cannot, can't read my writing, I cannot bear sending my men to slaughter. You know, he realised what was going to happen. And even though he was the commanding officer, he sent them off with a terrible heavy heart, knowing how serious the casualties would be. So an excellent piece of research and an excellent piece of work. A couple of books and oops. Oh no, I thought I hadn't bought enough for it. And because you did so well, there's a little Smith's voucher as well for you to get some. So just to reiterate, a superb project, a wonderful piece of work, and this will be a legacy because this is something that will remain in the history of Worthing, and we've had people coming today who are interested in researching men who died in the First World War, and will find an awful lot to help them here today. So this will last and be preserved, and people will be using this information for years and years to come. So, you know, well done to everyone, and do spend time to look around and look at all the exhibits, and jolly good. And also, I might say that there's tea, coffee, cake and soft drinks, and it's all free, so don't miss the opportunity to have your cake and your drink, and they should be available anytime you want it. Thanks again.